Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself. The two are interchangeable. My sound should be okay, but just let me know that you can hear me properly, and then we're going to begin. Oh my goodness, there is so much to discuss. So much to discuss. Oh, someone's saying here. Everyone, Sherry saying, "Hello, everyone. Oh my God, yesterday's show was fabulous. Thank you." I had to come on. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. And just let me know if you can hear me okay. Yes, good. Sound is great. Thank you. And of course, I've got my new computer. Oh, what a difference it makes. Oh my God, what a pleasure. I'm actually a delight in tackling my emails for once because it's not going to take absolutely forever as it's done before. So first of all, I want to just give a quick shout out. Every Thursday, you guys, well, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have clients. So I just want to give a little shout out to Penelope. You know who you are. Miriam, you know who you are. And Sue, yeah, you know you are. Fascinating chats today. And as you guys know, I absolutely love, of course, doing client work, helping my clients solve problems, figure out riddles, anticipate the future, make plans, etc., based on the energy. And just so you know, I've been obviously, for those that haven't seen the show I did yesterday, I'll probably put it on the end reel. You know, when when this recording finishes, I'll stick it on the end so you can watch that, where I go into more detail about the great awakening, or rude awakening rather, that is developing, growing, and how I'm talking about how these energies are developing in the world, and how there is this energy also as well of the star Algol, the star of betrayal. I won't go into too much detail here. I'll leave it for you guys to watch that. Quite a lot of you have actually watched that already, actually. You know, I'm busy, so I try and check in with things when I can, but I can see quite a lot of people have watched that. And this war is really explaining the energy, how it's developing, and where it's likely to go, planet by planet breakdown as well. And all of us, just so you know, all of us on planet Earth are all experiencing this alignment, because it's happening in sidereal Pisces. If you include Chiron, it's 8 planets, 8, yeah, 8. And but 7 if you don't include Chiron, which is still absolutely mahusive. And the last time we had one in sidereal Pisces like this must have been a long time ago, because the last time Neptune was in sidereal Pisces was 164 years ago. Yeah, so it's also an eclipse. But people who are doing their spiritual work, just to reiterate, people who are doing their spiritual work, people who practice compassion, love, wanting to help others, they're doing their light work, they're doing their self-development and stuff like that. This big alignment in Pisces, whichever house it falls into, which will change depending on the ascendant, will be a potential renaissance, a place in your life where you can rejuvenate, revive, resuscitate, turn over a new leaf. But for those that have chosen shadow, yeah, shadow, where they've chosen ignorance, where they've just like, you know what, I don't want to see, I don't want to know. Yeah, I'm just voting Trumpy, Trumpy, Trump, because that's what me and my family has always done. Yeah, that's just like the autopilot. Many, of course, have aligned with shadow because they're like, well, I want this regime to hurt them, not me, which is what they're finding out. And just the usual, ignorance, or just not caring, or lack of attention, or what have you. Those people, this will be much more like a rude awakening, which is already unfolding. But when Saturn, the planet of reality, comes in on the 29th of March 2025, which is only a few weeks from now, it's going to do pop, 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 pop to people's illusions. Anyway, watch that video. I'll stick it on at the end. So I've done my call outs. Now let me just quickly read through here some announcements, and I've got your questions. I'll probably go a little bit longer tonight because the questions are so important. I was just like, I can't leave that one out. So speeding through. Right, important announcement to make now. Pisces, sidereal Pisces, is a very spiritual sign. We need to remember that all the water signs are very spiritual. So the sign of Cancer, sign of Scorpio, and Pisces. Pisces, though, does deal with endings, things dissolving. And I think it's very important to mention, you guys probably know already, but Pope Francis has been struggling with his health. Yeah, have we seen this? So just to give you an idea, a couple of weeks ago, he's had lung issues since having part of his lung removed since he was 21 years old. Yeah, he was put in the hospital with bronchitis, which then became double pneumonia. And basically, they were worried that he was going to exit stage left. Apparently, he's eating food and is stabilized. But when we look at that energy, when I look at that big alignment, we need to remember these kind of alignments, sometimes a great global figure would pass. Yeah. And if he doesn't pass, maybe someone else might be elected Pope. But Pisces has a lot to do with religion and spirituality as well, spirituality in particular. So as we can imagine, this energy is developing. I hope he recovers, but this alignment is showing me like, someone big, yeah, could exit stage left. What have I put here? I spoke about the post-health. Yes, done that. Britain, the UK, proposes keeping a peacekeeping presence in the Ukraine, but Moscow is not keen. Yeah, they call it unacceptable. Yeah, because obviously they want to, divide up Ukraine with Duck Larange, yeah, who's basically a Russian agent. But more on him later. And I'll put here, Elon Musk makes cuts to the 9/11 health program, which basically helps the people, first responders. Yeah, 9/11, they breathed in a lot of that dust, and this cuts to this program means they could literally die. I mean, what a despicable person! What kind of despicable person cuts funding to the 9/11 response people? I mean, and people still support this BS. You see that aligning with shadow. You learn stuff like this, and you still support that. Sorry, you're on the dark side. Anyway, so, and this is on top of the medical related cuts that he's already doing. And it looks like he is coming after things like Medicare, Medicaid. If he touches Social Security, oh my gosh. Anyway, Saturn, Neptune, Rahu combination in this great alignment can sometimes talk combined. Saturn, Rahu, and Neptune, which is part of the Great Awakening. It can sometimes be an astrological signature for pestilence, unfortunately, disease. Yeah. So Rahu deals with poisons in his shadow. Neptune can deal with nebulous things that go through water and air. And of course, Saturn is the challenges. Yeah. So we've got bird flu. Yeah. And I think they've been cuts to the CDC, measles, pneumonia in Kansas, and other ND's diseases increasing, I put here, likely worse in the future due to the cuts in CDC monitoring and other programs that ensure integrity. And then food regulation as well. Rahu is the face, neck, teeth, the mouth that likes to eat. So Rahu can deal with what we consume. And of course, they are doing deregulation as well of the food. Remember the food agencies. So I put here, food regulation body has been also attacked. Rahu deals with poisons and eating, and it's speculated that botulism could become an issue. You don't want that. That can be deathly. And then German elections are this Sunday. So there's a question here coming up for German elections, which means the energy of Algol will be with this Germany election as well. So again, look at that Algol video that I did yesterday for more information on that. But Algol is the demon star, the star of betrayal. So I'm hoping there's not going to be a funny twist in Germany where maybe the right, yeah, the AfD or whatever, get the ascendancy. We'll have to see. And then I'll put here, the German economy is still in recession, and it's the longest period of stagnation it's had since the fall of Hitler in 1945. So Germany's having a bit of a tough time, folks. Right. I'm going to say some hellos, and then let's dive into the show. I want to try and get through as many questions as possible. Someone said here, Grace says, I have such a sense of dread today, I can't seem to shake it. Well, you know what? Oh, I don't blame you. Yeah, these are very challenging times. I don't think that is right. So it says, me too, I'm ashamed of this country. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. And then Regina says ditto. I mean, the stuff that Duck Larange is doing is just diabolical, isn't it? TB in Kansas. Is that what I said? I think I said, did I say Kansas? But yes, yes. I remember making the notes, but thanks for reminding me. And let's see here. Yeah, TB outbreak in Kansas. Oh my God. I hope it's not the drug resistant variety. So everyone, just as a tip before we dive in, health is wealth. You guys will know that. Take good quality supplements. Don't over supplement, but a good quality multivitamin. I take a vegan vitality one. I'm not affiliated with them. I'm not vegan either, but it just has a bit more oomph from natural sources. So again, non-GMO, all of that stuff. Work on your immune system. Have some little, make sure your documents are together, you know, stuff like that. Make sure your passport is in date. And if you don't have one, please get one. Yeah, I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but this is a crucial document. I know a lot of Americans don't have passports, but this is an important thing because you never know what's going to happen. What if the blue states decide that they like, right, we're done with the union, you need a passport to come here? Do you see what I mean? Could be even that kind of thing. I don't want to alarm people too much, but anyway, let me get on with the show. Right. Nick Mink says, now this is a question about Ethiopia. Not read on Ethiopia for a while. Ethiopia may be on the verge of a major eruption. Do cards show if this is brewing? We've got a Putin question. We've got questions on the USA, government shutdown, executive orders, Germany as well, and the SAVE Act and grocery prices. So of course, I've got to get those in. So let me have a quick top on Ethiopia. Yeah. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining me tonight. And of course, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share to support my work on this channel. It's much appreciated. I saw the other day that 40% of people that watched have not subscribed. Oh, come on. Come on. If you're a regular viewer, please subscribe. It really helps, helps get this content out. Right, Ethiopia. Oh, that's the one side. Ah, Ethiopia's had so many struggles. What's going on with Ethiopia? And then we'll look at Germany, we'll look at Putin, we'll look at government shutdown potentially, all sorts. But Ethiopia, what's going on? Is it going? Did I read out the question? Ethiopia may be on the verge of a major eruption. Do the cards show if this is brewing? So I think you mean political eruption, don't you, Nick? It's not necessarily literal eruption. I'm having to interpret that a little bit. Unless you do mean literal eruption. I'm not sure if there are there volcanoes in Ethiopia. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to interpret that one. I'm thinking you might mean political. Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Tricky for Ethiopia. Yeah. First card, though, is positive. This is the star card, which is talking about rejuvenation. Yeah, rejuvenation. The universe has got your back. So in many ways, Ethiopia is trying to regenerate itself, yeah, on the world stage, you know, trying to fix its problems. Yeah. However, actually, this is technically is not an obstacle card if the first card is positive. So there is certainly an element here of hard work at play. This can be the card of studiousness, wanting to get things done, graft, yeah, graft. So what this says to me, within Ethiopia, there is a tremendous will in the people to want to turn over a new leaf and regenerate. However, we need to look at the middle card, anchors everything. Now, if we look here, yeah, problems, yeah, we have the devil. So this, of course, is talking about what? Corruption, attachment, psychosis. People aren't well. It means that there's a deeply corrupt element within Ethiopia that doesn't want to see the nation succeed. Yeah. It's like they're sabotage. Yeah, they're like sabotaging the good work. This is maleficent. It's malefic. Yeah, malefic, cruel. Yeah. There will be an attempt at victory. Yeah. So now this card, obviously, this is the card of victory after a kind of conflict or war. So there might be some kind of conflict or eruption, as you say, which I have to interpret as political. And there will be a winner. Yeah, a winner will emerge, but the outcome card, look, is the poverty card. So whoever wins is probably not gonna further the prosperity of the country, and the, you know, so it looks to me like the suffering of the Ethiopian people may continue. There is a power struggle, yeah, but it's dark and it looks like it's corrupt to me. So not the best. Let me just pull one clarifier, because it's a bit of a downer, isn't it, on that one? Them getting the poverty card. Let's see, let's pull a clarifier. It's more positive, then maybe they can overcome. Yeah, look at this. 9 of Wands, which means it's a struggle. Yeah, it's a struggle. So whoever wins the power struggle is not necessarily going to be helping Ethiopia. Sorry about that. You know, I have to say what I see. Let's move on to question number 2. I'm going to go at cracking pace tonight. Where is number 2? I think I renumbered things. Okay, that means question number 3 must be number 2. All right, so let's just put that as number 2. That becomes 3. That becomes 4. That becomes 5. That becomes 6. And that becomes 7. All right. So question number 2. So this is coming in from Manuela. Manuela, thank you so much. She says, hi, Hoagie. My question today would be how the relationship between Germany and the United States will be in the next couple of years. Will it be diplomatic? Oh, no. Will it be developing? Sorry, my printer ran out of a bit of ink. Will it be developing? She says, thank you. Thank you also for the video you just recently brought out with all the planets for the US. Much love. All right. So how will the relationship be between Germany and the United States? And Germany is also having its election this Sunday. Oh my goodness. So the stakes couldn't be higher. And we know Muskrat has been promoting the AfD, which is more to, well, they're considered a far right political movement in Germany. And at the moment, I think they are in 2nd place in terms of polling. So this might also speak not only to the relationship between Germany and America, but the election. So let's see what comes through. Okay. Germany, relationship with America. How will the relationship with America be? Germany's relationship with America. How will that play out? Yeah. This is very interesting. It's saying 2 things at once. I'm seeing the relationship with America, but I'm also seeing the election as well. So if we look here, what's starting out here is the happy family, yeah, 10 of Cups. So this is talking about traditional family values. So this is saying that there is an element here. I feel like this is more to do with the election, actually. But if we read it both ways, this is saying that the election is going to be more based on traditional German values in that sense. Yeah, but I think in terms of the ideas of the family, the nuclear family and stuff like that, there may even be a nostalgia for such things in Germany. Yeah, because it's quite a nostalgic card and it's the first one out. You see the mother and father here and the family playing. This card can also, though, talk about the GOP as well, but I'm not quite seeing it that way. What this says to me is that Germany would prefer to have normal relations with the United States. So I'm going to be reading both energies. If we look here, this can sometimes be the obstacle position, but if the first card is positive, then it's reinforcing. This is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands brings everyone together in discussion, discourse. This is also a very entrepreneurial card. So this, in a way, is talking about Germany wanting to be open for business, but my instinct is that could this be a female leader? Yeah, this could also mean a female may become prominent in the leadership of Germany as well, because this is the card of negotiation. So this could be talking about negotiation with the United States, but because it's a queen, this could also mean a female leader. I'm not sure how relevant that is. I think there may be one female leader in there, but there will be a female that will be prominent after these elections, which may have want to have a more cordial relationship with the United States. Yeah, I just have to say what I see. We look here in the middle, we have the death card. Now, the death card, as we know, doesn't always mean literal death, but it always means transformation, and it means a transformation that cannot be avoided. So there is an element here in terms of the relationship that Germany has with America, and this can also speak with Europe, in many ways is fundamentally changed, possibly forever. Yeah, particularly as, of course, we know Degrasse basically said Zelensky started the war, calling him a dictator. And we all know it's all projection. Yeah, he's talking about himself. Ridiculous. Even Putin wants Zelensky at the negotiating table. When I read out that article on the show I did yesterday. Anyway, I digress. So if there is a female leader in Germany, it means the relationship with the United States and Europe may fundamentally change. Yeah. If we look here, there is a big fight. Yeah. So I think this election is going to be a scrap. I think it might be quite close. Yeah, it might be quite close. I think when I read on this a few weeks ago, there may even be legal action. But look, you can see here there's a fight. I think this is the struggle within Germany and within the hearts of the German people that are seeing the far right rise, and they've been protesting. But at the same time, there's been lots of attacks, and Germany's having a very difficult time. And my heart goes out to the Germans, particularly those that have been run over and in these kind of crazy attacks. But then the outcome card is the King of Cups. And as you know, we associate this card with democracy, or I do. I associate it with democracy. It used to be the Joe Biden card before, but this has become symbolic of democracy. So it would say that democracy wins. So it's not the end of democracy in Germany, but there is a fight. It's a close election, and there will be a female that will become more prominent. Whether it's another female chancellor, I don't know, but this could be someone from one of the political parties that may become the leader, or another party wins and there's another female in there that is prominent in some way. Otherwise, this Queen of Wands wouldn't be showing up. And I just have to say what I see. But ultimately, democracy is respected. Yeah. So whatever the result is, I think it will be accepted. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. Let's do, where was that? Where was I reading off? There we are. That was it. All right. Let's just do some hellos here. So thank you everyone for joining me. Much appreciated. There's 685 of you here right now. What's this? Oh, yes. Someone's saying here. So how do I say that? Cut pie? Cutie pie, cutie pie. American thinking, yeah. She says, I'm so disgusted they confirmed the nomination of that man as director of the FBI. Oh my God, that's what's his face, isn't it? I can't even say or type his name because I'm so disgusted. Isn't it Patel or something like that? Wow. Shit's getting really crazy, isn't it, guy? Isn't it, folks? Terry saying, oh no. And then Michael saying Civil War in 1861. what's he got? Isn't it is it Dev Patel? Something I can't, sorry, forgive me, I can't remember his name. Oh, so Mermaid is saying Musk is going to gerrymander the Germany elections. Can he? I think there's quite strict things, regulations in the Germany. I certainly hope not. Certainly hope he's not going to use technology again. And then someone says, Charlotte saying, yet this Piscean has viewed the hope-filled future. Yeah, I mean, we have to go through this process. Yeah, this is a huge process, particularly with this alignment. Let me just say here, someone said he makes me sick. I think they're talking about this guy. What is he called? What is he called? Is there something Patel? I think it is, isn't it? Forgive me if I'm wrong on that one. Oh, look, here we are. Linda Bishop saying the American Medical Association has a YouTube channel. They give updates on infected, diseased areas. Okay, that's good. And then Sherry's saying, agree 100%, ladies. Totally embarrassed by the USA and I'm noticing a bit more anxiety. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, even for me, and I don't even live in America. Thank you. Someone's saying, come on, people, subscribe, please. Be much appreciated. Let's see. Okay, so scrolling down a bit more. And then someone, will the Orange Menace be taken out of the United States as president? We'll have to see. All right. Next question. He and Elon are entering a window of danger, by the way, because although the energy of Algol is rampant, yeah, betrayal, but it also deals with beheadings and leaders losing their heads, metaphorically or even physically. And the last time Uranus went direct over the star, because remember, it's going to go over the third time, it's going to track 3 times. First time was summer 2024. Yeah, Biden had to step down. Duc Larange was almost assassinated. Direct. Retrograde was right on the star on the 5th and 6th of November, which was the election, which was what? Another betrayal. Yeah. Retrograde now going direct, retrograded into Aries, now going forward again, and we'll go back to sidereal Taurus again, and it's going to become exact on the star. I think it's April 15th, but we're feeling the energies now. So, and so you never know. It could be, Trump could be in danger again. Now let's look here. So Lizzie Walker says, hi, Hoagie, hope you're feeling much better. I am. Thank you so much. Can you read on the SAVE Act that is again being pushed through US Congress? This makes registering to vote even more difficult. Oh my goodness. Oh. It's just ridiculous, isn't it, these people? All right, the SAVE Act. I think it means Americans have to have more ID, if I remember correctly, to register to vote, and things like passports and stuff like that. But of course, a lot of Americans don't have passports. I think your driving license used to be enough before, or the like, isn't it, folks? So, but anyway, let's see, the SAVE Act. Forgive me for not knowing a bit more detail on that. The SAVE Act. How will it fare when it goes through? It goes through. With those douchebags in the house, I mean, I don't want to judge. Let me see what the cards say. SAVE Act. If the cards are... no, in fact, let's just see what the cards say. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. All right. I have to say what I see. This isn't looking good. Sorry. In advance. Yeah. Nine of Swords, yeah. Worry, anguish at this act, if the act gets passed, yeah, which I think it will, because their intention is malevolent. So that is self-explanatory. You can see the person up late at night, worried, Nine of Swords. We look here, if the first card is challenging, then the second card is even more of an obstacle. If we look here, look, we've got the poverty card, which is, but it's not just poverty, it's being out in the cold. It will disenfranchise Americans. This is literally ordinary Americans, the voter, being disenfranchised by this act. In the middle card is showing really what the essence of the reading is. It's the foundation of the reading. Look, an abuse of power, Five of Swords. So it's, I mean, it couldn't be any clearer, could it? This is an abuse of power. And if we look here, we have the Three of Pentacles, which is the card of what? Collaboration. Yeah, collaboration, working together on a shared goal. So this was already agreed, guys, which was that hook or by crook, Duck L'Orange gets in. And this is obviously part of Project 2025. Literally, you can see here, look, he's holding on to papers, which means plans, yeah? Plans. And they're collaborating. So it looks like to me, the House, the GOP, they're all collaborating. Obviously, you don't need to be a psychic, obviously, to know that. But it's so clear in the cards. And then look, the outcome card is the Moon, which is not a great card to see, which the Moon, nothing is clear by moonlight. So it's more difficult to navigate because you don't have the brightness of the sunshine. So they want it to be more difficult for voters to register. They want it to be more difficult for voters to vote, to find where their nearest box is, etc. They want to muddy the waters. They want to make things more confused. And a lot of this as well is the battle between the domestic dog and the wolf, the bestial instincts. Now, I say that, but, you know, wolves are actually really quite dignified characters. I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to be eaten by a pack of them. If I had to choose between wolf and tiger, I would choose the tiger, yeah? Because the tiger, the big cats, what they do is they suffocate you to death before they eat. Wolves, they just dive in while you're still alive and wriggling, yeah? Anyway, a bit of a dark metaphor there. But anyway, it talks about bestial instincts or urges, yeah? So these people passing these rules, they are collaborating to satisfy their darkest urges and instincts to suppress the voter, yeah? And here you've got the lobster kind of coming out here. So unfortunately, unless there's a major intervention, it will likely pass, because they currently have the House, don't they? And they've got the Senate, and they're just full of dark intention. Yeah, and they just want to abuse their power. I'm sorry, I wish I could be more. But as you know, I have to read the cards. Yeah, I mustn't judge. I must just read and say what I see. So I'm sorry about that. Let's see, let's say some more hellos. Let's just see, scroll down here. What's this here? Celtic Tarot, Sheila, are you here? I didn't see you in the chat. I'll be seeing you on Saturday, yeah, for HOGARTH'S. Nice to see you. Let's see here. Musk will be held accountable. I certainly hope so. I mean, look, they've got all the evidence in the world, but look at those douchebags in the House. They're all crooks. They're crooks, absolute crooks. What about the volcano in Santorini? I think I read on that last week. It's a bit worrying. The devil card came up for Santorini last week, so we'll have to see. Let's see here. Oh, someone's saying they'll have a little watch later. Thank you, Mona. Hi, everyone. Sorry, we'll have to watch later. Busy right now. Looking forward to it. Of course, the recording will be waiting here for you. And then let's see who else is in. And then someone's asking, when will the orange be removed from office? We have to see. I'm not encouraging violence, of course, but there needs to be mass civil disobedience. Mass civil disobedience Tax day is on April 15th. From what I understand, I think tax day is on April 15th in the United States. That is when Algol, the star of betrayal, will be exactly on there. Maybe people need to kind of do that in the back of the government. Yeah. Mass disobedience, mass strikes. These people are nutcases. They're nutters, absolute nutters. This regime, for entertainment purposes only, of course, I have to add. Right. Question Putin. Nick Minks. Anything on Putinska's chart indicating a dramatic fall coming soon? Keeps holding on, so hoping a change hits him to weaken his hold. So if I remember correctly, in my charts, Putin is a Libra rising. He's Libra ascendant, which means that for the Libra ascendants, the Great Awakening is happening in the 6th house. The 6th house does deal with health and healing and overcoming obstacles. But it can also talk about enemies, and it can talk about conflicts and fights. Conflicts and fights. So, of course, there's negotiations at the moment happening. I think it's more to do with Duck Orange giving him what he wants. That's my instinct. It was very touch and go with Putinska, obviously. A while ago with the cancer diagnosis, he was looking dreadful, wasn't he? But obviously it was successful, wasn't it, that operation? But let's just see. Any dramatic fall coming soon for Putin? What's the energy around Putinska? Hope you guys are enjoying the show. If you've not subscribed yet, if you're a regular watcher but you've not subscribed, please do. 40% of you do not subscribe, which is quite a lot. So it'd be nice to grow the channel, wouldn't it? So I can keep doing this work. Let's see. Spell Putin. If we see surprise cards, then maybe there might be an impact on his health. But if the cards are benign, wasn't expecting that. All right. The first card that comes out here is the Four of Swords. Yeah, Four of Swords. This can be the card, yeah, of being wounded in battle. How appropriate, yeah. Putin started the war, of course. Ukraine have fought back. Both sides have lost a lot of people. What this says to me is Putin is tired, yeah. Putin is tired. Not that we feel sorry for him, but he's feeling exhausted. This is the card of rest, reflection, taking a step back, being wounded in battle. As you know, sometimes I interpret this card as it can be the career-ending card. But remember how I was saying the Great Awakening is happening in Putin's 6th house because he's a Libra rising, and that is the house of fights, battles. But on a personal level, it can be a renaissance. But yet we get the card here of rest. So what this says to me is that there probably is going to be a deal. Maybe the thing that is put to rest is the war. And I think it's because Putin is exhausted. He's very tired. And they're saying that, again, the economy apparently is not doing well. Sometimes it's hard to know what to believe because he's still been able to sell his gas, by the way, and people have still been buying it. Let's not forget that. And it's not just China, Europe as well, unfortunately. But I think this is more to do with the war, yeah, and his fatigue. And I think he's quite keen to bring it to an end because he needs to revive, recuperate. Yeah. So in a way, that's actually quite positive. It could be the war is put to bed, but under what terms? Yeah. We look here, the card that we get next is the Hierophant. Oh my gosh. I hope this isn't talking about the Pope as well, you know. Look, literally is the Pope card. Anyway, maybe I'm going off on a tangent. Anyway, look, this card talks about the established order. This card talks about patriarchy. This could also be, maybe he's getting some pressure from the Russian church as well. That could be an element. But you can see here, it's literally a pontiff. And I was just talking about the current pope, who's currently in hospital. Yeah. So there is this energy, or will the pope make a statement, perhaps, to try and contribute to bring this war to an end? Yeah. But this can also talk about government, and these might be some of the conditions that Putin may ask in order for there to be peace. Oh, of course, he wants elections to happen. Remember, Trump has taken on the mouthpiece of Putin. This is government, yeah, government. So it's like Putin also would want Zelensky's presidency to end as a condition, perhaps, of ending the war, and he may insist on elections, which would obviously be a stooge, would be put there. That's how I'm reading that. In the middle, anchoring the reading, we have the Three of Wands, which talks about, now the Wands, remember the Wands deals with entrepreneurship. Here, literally, we have the merchant in his red tunic, and he's looking out, waiting for the ships to come in. So this can also be a card of, like, literally waiting for the ships to come in, waiting for the money to come in, but it can also be a bit of an anxious card because you're not sure which ships will come back. This, I think, is potentially looking at the economy as a whole. Yeah. If we look here, he's wanting to take some kind of action and make an aggressive and powerful move. Again, I think this is to do with the negotiations. This here, but this also deals with soldiers, yeah, soldiers, army. The UK has said it wants a peacekeeping force to be there. Putin says he's not sure about it, but could this be France? Yeah, Europe might make some kind of aggressive move in some way. But the outcome card is the Three of Cups. Yeah, three of Cups. And I know it was supposed to be talking about Putin's health, but really, I think this is talking about the peace agreement. So it looks like to me something will be agreed, and I did say that would be the case. There would be peace likely this year, and it will likely come as some form of agreement. I said Poland might be involved in there, but so far Europe has been excluded. But I'm going to tell you this might sound completely bonkers, but with this mind of the malignant narcissist, yeah, with Duc Larange, who did that, did you see he did that CGI of him on the front of Time magazine, Trump wearing a crown? Yeah. Remember, his ascendant is Leo, yeah, conjunct the star Regulus. And I've said many times before, haven't I? He sees himself as a king. Now it's literal. The madness of King George from the Declaration of Independence chart, 1776, July 4th, Philadelphia, 6:30 p.m. It's flipped. And now the mad king is in America, in the White House. And you're going to hear it here first. If he is able to bring the war to the end by basically selling Ukraine out, I bet you any money he's going to ask for the Nobel Peace Prize. I know that might sound disgusting, but I bet you any money. And you will have people saying, well, he deserves it. I bet you any money. That's just the sort of thing, isn't it? A malignant narcissist would love. So in terms of Putin, health, that's not what I'm seeing. That's not what I'm seeing. And actually the nostalgia card just fell out. Yeah, so, you know, I think it's calm on that front. I think those cards were more about the negotiations. Yeah, the tarot doesn't always answer the question exactly. It will read the energy around and give you that answer there. So let's see how we're doing on time. Not too bad. I'm going to go to question number 5 now, which is about US groceries. Let's just have a little screw down. Yes, there we are. So Lynette is saying the thing is Germans know where this fascist stuff leads. I want to hope that they will have the strength to stop it there. That is a very good point. But I am a bit worried about that star owl goal. Yeah, the star of betrayal, which has been suffusing so much of world events with this Uranian energy combining with it. And let's just see. Ah, there we are. Yeah, Kash Patel. That's it, Kash Patel. That's the new. It's just so diabolical, isn't it? What we're seeing. And someone keeps asking, will the Orange Menace be taken out of office? We'll have to see. Do you remember I said with this star Al Ghul going direct, the last time it went direct over this star, there was an assassination attempt on Duck Larange's life. So we'll have to see how but it could be any CEO leader. It could even be Elon, yeah, or JD Vance, yeah. Anyone around the world, prominent leaders around the world might well be toppled, yeah, be that. Let's just see here. And someone's saying here, Hoge, if it would deeply affect gay and lesbian marriages, yeah, most likely they're going to try and obviously unpick all of that because these people are they're just bonkers. Let's just see here. What's it saying here? Someone's saying married women can't vote. Is that some of the things that they are? I don't know what is that a country we're talking about, or what they want from America? And then someone's saying can't list all the restrictions. It boggles the mind. Is that Project 2025? Sorry, guys, I'm scooting down the chat, so I've missed that little bit. Now I see. Mary Avila saying all women must get their marriage license. Yes, right. All women must get their marriage license to change your name on your birth certificate. All women must get their marriage license to change your name on your birth certificate. Oh, interesting. Oh, someone's saying here, already married, do I need to get a divorce? Obviously, it's not for me to tell you per se what to do with your, well, certainly not in a public sphere. We could do it, in a consultation. People do ask me that question. What I would say is the fact that you've asked is already an answer, yeah, without me telling you what to do. The fact that you've asked, that already says quite a lot. So I would say, and that's not a critique. I just don't want to, in this public space, delve into, your stuff. That would be better for a private consultation, yeah. Just to protect, your thing, because this is obviously public. Right, let's dive into question number 4. No, I've done question number 4. Now it's number 5. Wow, I'm going at pace. All right, this is coming from Denise Ferguson. Says, Canada and Mexico are working fast to develop new trading partners outside the US. When will this start affecting our grocery shelves and car industry? How bad will it get? Yeah, oh, good question. Good question. So because of Duck Larange alienating Canada and Mexico, the closest trade partners, that in of itself is being enough to raise prices. Inflation is up by 1% in a month since he's taken office, with today being the 20th, so it's exactly 1 month. And he's gaslighting already, trying to blame Biden. The fact that people sit there and listen to this and swallow this BS. They were saying on Midas Touch, there's been like 9 aeroplane crashes, not all crashing out of the air, but aeroplane incidents, including crashes, 9 in a month. And they're trying to say it's the Biden administration. Like, really, I'm honestly, so many, you never know who's watching, but if you are a MAGA voter and you happen to be watching this channel, which is very unlikely, but really, can look into yourself. Really? Really? Can you really blame Biden for this? Like, come on, man. This is just beyond. They'll all wake up anyway soon with the great awakening coming. But anyway, groceries. How bad will it get? Let's have a look. Inflation, groceries, groceries. Which direction is this going in? Inflation, groceries. Groceries. Which is what a lot of the MAGA voters said, that they were voting for him to keep the prices down, yeah? Oh, so yeah, this is crystal clear actually in many ways. All right, groceries, prices. We look here, the card of nostalgia, yeah, Six of Cups. Everyone wants prices to go back to where they were before, in the past, everyone, yeah, irrespective of how people vote. The cost of living for everyone has just been so difficult, hasn't it? Globally, but in America, it has been difficult. You guys have had recently more of a handle on it than other countries. Of course, Biden passed his Inflation Reduction Act. But I think also as well, talking in the context of groceries, this is also why a lot of people said they voted for Duck Larange. Yeah, they were having what? Nostalgia. Even though his last administration was absolute chaos, they had a sense of nostalgia because they were like, well, things were cheaper back then. Yeah. Which is not completely illogical. You know, people just look back and were just like, oh, you know, look at life now. So it shows there is an element of looking back. Yeah. Looking back to the past, nostalgia. But everyone wants the prices to be back like where they were before because everything is very expensive. Duck Larange is making it worse. So if we look here, we have the world card. Now, isn't it interesting, because I was just talking about tariffs, yeah? Trump has put up tariffs against basically the whole world. I wonder if he's going to do any tariffs against Russia. Probably not. Yeah? This is madness, isn't it? So this is literally the world. But the world also talks about cycles, endings and beginnings, beginnings and endings. So I think this, because this is showing up in the obstacle position, and we know we're talking about Duck Larange here. This is, I think, the world maybe even having to turn its back on America, because what can you do if one of the world's main trading partners becomes hostile? Not your guys' fault. Obviously, you guys didn't vote for this madness, but anyone who is perhaps looking at this and maybe did vote and might be feeling a sense of regret, like the world, literally, the world is going to be the obstacle here, because Trump has put a 25% tariff on steel. He's put a 25% tariff on aluminium. That's going to affect the car making industry in the US alone, and it's just putting up everyone's prices on top of the threats to Canada and Mexico. And he's also putting 25% tariff on Europe as well. Yeah, so the world is having to respond because the world has no choice. If we look here, this is about relationships, agreements. Yeah. So people, the world are going to try and maybe get some exceptions. Europe is going to try and get some exceptions. But this can also talk as well, because the world has turned up in the obstacle position. This could also be how the world sees America. Do they see them as a trusted partner? Is America a country that we can trust to collaborate with? Yeah, that's sitting at the middle of the reading. And who is, of course, America teaming up with now? Who are they buddying up with? Look who shows up here, King of Swords. So of course that has to be Putinchka, doesn't it? Yeah. King of Swords deals with a man that is intelligent but can be cold. Yeah, this can be an ice cold card. But this is intelligence, strategy, all of that stuff, but also legalities as well. So there may be some legal cases where countries go to the World Trade Organization. I think China wants to go, maybe some other places. But to me, this is Putin. Yeah, you see? A relationship with a cold man. Yeah, it's got to be Putinshka. And then the outcome card, look. Here it's the Six of Pentacles. And here you can see there is the wealthy merchant doling out, you know, a little bit of money. So what this says to me is that, no, the prices aren't going to go down, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I mean, we all knew that anyway, but I think what it is that there's going to be a lot more people that are going to become much more impoverished because they are looking up to these billionaires to give them crumbs. Yeah. You know, they're like, oh, please, you know, Elon, make me exempt, make my job exempt. Not, you know, doing it for everyone else. Make my job exempt. Screw everyone else, but make my job exempt. Yeah. Sucking up, yeah, to this person. And the benefactor is just like, oh, I might give you a penny here, I might give you a penny there. Yeah, this can also talk about the mentality of you know, people that voted for this BS. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't see how his policies are going to make prices go down. So, but it's making it more difficult for everyone else. So it's not only for Americans that didn't vote for this, but also the world. Yeah. So yeah, it's not going to be great. Oh God, I wish I could be more positive. I wish I could be more positive, but I have to say what I see. Yeah. Let's scroll down. A few minutes left. Dear God. Let's see. Dear God, Save Act was stopped in the first administration. This is Lizzie, but they've had 4 years to perfect it. And it was, yes, women's rights. It's one of the issues. It's so much more than just that. What's this? Here we are. Joanne says, New York driver's license requires your birth name and so does your passport. Actually, our driver's license is just like a passport. We are good here if we are all caught up with the latest version. Okay. Yeah, I knew the passport was, the driver's license was a bit more robust. And then someone says, here, I do not have a marriage certificate from a courthouse for a marriage 1969. I have divorce papers, but that does not work, so I'm out. Bum. And then Jay, Cat Lady, says, I'm 70 years old. I've never had a passport, and I used to go to Mexico to cross the border without any ID. Yes. Oh, it was. What's this here? Jason is saying this earthquakes in Ethiopia was bad, and the fault system is probably going to separate the new train system when they finish. This. So there have been earthquakes, literally earthquakes in Ethiopia. Is that correct? It's just sometimes I feel like it wasn't like crystal clear. This earthquakes in Ethiopia was bad, and the fault system is probably going to separate the new train system they finished. So you mean the fault line is going to damage the train line? That's how I'm interpreting that. Wow. So there, quite literally, there are things. And then people saying here, got to decertify F-45, 47 presidency. Yeah, they have to. And someone says here, Vanessa said, I've heard a psychic say the Save Act will pass, but it will be rescinded once felony 47 is out. Oh, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. You know, he's not going to leave of his own free will. Yeah, he doesn't want to leave that post until he's dead. Let's go to question number 6. See how we're doing. Question number 6. Here we are. Barbara Almeida. Thanks so much for your question. Hi, Hogarth. Now that Dumpy has turned against our allies, can you see if the cards show the USA getting attacked by China or some other nation? Thank you. Gosh, big questions tonight. Very big. Okay. How is what is the United States vulnerable to attack? Well, it's certainly not safer. I mean, if you're, you know, sacking people who look after the nuclear stuff, and then going, oh no, oops, come back, and they didn't even have the bloody, they couldn't even get back in touch with. I mean, it's beyond parody. It really is. You can't even make it up. I mean, who does that? I mean, there's yet to be a dollar invented that can protect you from radiation, billionaires, just in case you're watching. Ridiculous people. All right, US, is it vulnerable to attack? Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. I'm not seeing anything to do with attack, but I'm seeing there's a lot to do here with money. How interesting. Yeah. The attack is coming from within, or as you guys say, the call is coming from within the house. Yeah. I don't see any tower, anything like that, but look what you see here. I've pulled 5 cards, 3 of them are pentacles. So if we look here, we've got the Page of Pentacles. Pentacles, of course, deals with money and values, stuff like that. Pages are all about messaging. So, but pages are also youthful, can deal with younger people, inexperience. So, of course, this would have to be some of those douchebags that doge, yeah, rummaging around. But it's also talking about the mentality. What this is saying to me as well is that the regime is also naive and inexperienced, but it's all about the money. Yeah. If we look here in the next position here, we get the Queen of Pentacles, and I associate this with the voter. Yeah, the voter, the homeland, the domestic situation. So I think this is very much about trying to keep the voter under the spell. Yeah, particularly the MAGA voter, trying to keep them where they are. Yeah, with these messages about money. Oh, blah, 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 we found this and this trillion of savings and blah, blah, blah. They were saying that there were people that were 150 years old that were getting benefits. No one is living to 150. Yeah. Certainly there wouldn't be how many thousands of them. I mean, the shit people believe is astonishing. One of the oldest people on record was 122. What was she called? Jeanne? Oh, I can't remember her name now. It's in my book. She was 122. That's the longest living person on record. Yeah, currently known. So the idea that people will believe that there's people of 150 years old, which is, you know, long before Social Security was even invented, that people believe. I think it came out in 1939. So it's like, do the math. Oh my God. Anyway, we have to laugh a little bit, don't we? So if we look here, we get the 6 of Swords, which is about what? Moving to smoother waters. I think what this is, you might have people starting to exit stage left as they struggle to maintain the lie, as the reality check sets in. Yeah, you might have people in the government shifting from their positions. But you can see, look at this. It's all about the money. Yeah, this is the card of what? Largesse. This is the card of having everything you need. This is one of the wealthiest cards in the deck. This is the billionaires. Yeah. So do you see here, the billionaires are always going to sort themselves out. Yeah, as the penny begins to drop. And what are the billionaires up to? There we go. Yeah, High Priestess. On a personal level, this can be a very spiritual card, but when we're talking about these people, it talks about clandestine motives, yeah? Secret motives. They're not being clear in their motives. It's clear to us, but for those that have voted for this crazy, it's maybe not so clear. It's not to do with government efficiency. It's to do with lining their pockets, yeah? Lining their pockets. Let's do one more. So in terms of will there be an attack, I'm not seeing anything imminent with those cards. The attack is from within. The attack is from the Project 2025 people, the billionaires, the moneyed class. They are attacking. Yeah. All right, let's do question number 7, and I'll call it a day, going over a little bit here. Denise Ferguson, the government shut down. She said 3/10, but I understand she meant 10th of March, because of course Americans put the date the other way. I do it the British way, of course. So government shut down 10th of March, if I'm getting that right. If a resolution isn't passed, to keep it open, Speaker Johnson may present a clean resolution with California aid attached. Aid should not be used as a bargaining chip. And she says here, will the Democrats grow a spine and vote no? And will the government shut? Yeah, will it shut down? At this stage, because it's a coup, it's going to require something radical and bold. So everyone get out on the streets, protest. Really, you have to fight for your country. Those that are still under the illusion, they're no help at all, but you know, reality will and karma will deal with them. Yeah, especially once Saturn moves into sidereal Pisces. But they need to see mass resistance. Let's see, government shutdown. Will there be a government shutdown? Will there be a government shutdown? Will there be a government shutdown? Let's see. Are the Democrats going to go there? Oh, like this. Yeah. If we look here, we have got the Knight of Wands, yeah, which is about rearing up, quite literally rearing up with passion, with vigor, wanting to get stuff done. Yeah. I think this is talking about the American people, to be honest. Yeah, who like people, everyone's like, do something. Yeah, do something. People want to take action. They're going to town halls, they're ringing people, they're ringing their senators. They want action. Yeah, they want action. But could this also be the Democrats also maybe being willing to actually do that? Yeah. However, the obstacle position here is the 10 of Wands, which means it's a struggle. It's incredibly hard work. In fact, you can actually see this almost when it's reversed. It's in the reverse position. When the 10 of Wands is reversed, that people can feel like giving up. So don't give up. The Democrats, you cannot give up. You have to fight. Yeah. Everyone has to fight peacefully, of course. Here in the middle, we have the 5 of Cups, which here it can talk about a sense of loss or betrayal, but there's 2 cups left standing. So maybe the government doesn't shut down. If we look here, 3 of Pentacles is back, which of course is the card of collaboration. So they're going to have to kind of try and negotiate, woo people over, but this house, they are sketch, aren't they? They are dodgy as you know what. But I think this might be the Democrats still trying to negotiate in some kind of way, yeah, or appeal to their better natures for the good of the country. But you know, they're not listening. However, we look here, we've got the 4 of Cups. So this cup isn't light, that cup isn't light, this one isn't, but there's one coming out of the sky. So no one's really liking the options on the table. But when I take this from the perspective of the Democrats, they're going to have to do something out of the box. They're going to have to do something a bit unconventional. Yeah, because the person's looking down, they can't see it. They're not seeing other options that might be available to them. And I don't mean that as too much of a critique. You know, AOC, Jasmine Crockett, Bernie Sanders, people are out there speaking, but I'm talking about the body politic, particularly the more corporate side. Yeah, seem to be quite squeamish. So will there be a government shutdown? I don't know. It might get close to the wire again. And then there's some option that's blue sky. or something unconventional may happen, but I'm not seeing a complete government shutdown. But what I would say is, if a shutdown is what is required to try and end the coup, then my opinion would be all bets are off. Leave no stone left unturned. So I've reached I've gone over a bit. So thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you found that interesting. Thanks so much for all of your comments and stuff. There was over 900 of you that joined me in the end. So much appreciated. Please don't forget as well to like and subscribe and share to help support my work here. 40% of you that watch aren't subscribed. So please, you know what to do. Click on that button. It's for free. And you will see me again and the ladies on Hogalish this Saturday, of course. Looking forward to answering your questions. Who knows what else is going to be showing up at that point. We're just extraordinary kind of times that we're in. Oh, and thank you, Rosalind, for your kind donation. Much appreciated. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Managed to get through a few comments. And oh yeah. And then Angela's saying, is the star card lady wearing goggles on her boobs? No, it's a bra top. I illustrated a little bra top because the algorithm doesn't like nipples. Yeah, let's just put it that way. So I want to say thank you as well, Joanne, so much for your kind donation. So I will leave it there, folks. You will see me on Hogalish on Saturday. Oh, what am I doing? Let me click off here. And until then, bye-bye for now. Big love. Yeah. Hold on. Keep going. But protest. Yeah. To take down this regime. All right. I'm leaving it there. Bye-bye.